Hello and welcome to the playoff edition of the Blitz. We're getting into the second round of the Georgia playoffs, while South Carolina will open up the first round this week, so let's get right to it. To say it was a tough first round for the area would be an understatement. We lost most of our area teams in the opening round in routes, though some of that was the result of poor luck with region draws. The Columbia County teams were forced to open up against Region 1 and 6A, which included multiple state-ranked opponents. Evans was the strongest county team entering the playoffs, and they lost to Lee County 41-0 to end their season. The Trojans were simply too much for the Knights on both sides of the ball and limited Evans to fewer than 100 rushing yards. It's a tough end of the year for Evans, but it was a very promising season for the Knights and coach Lemuel Lackey. He guided the Knights to the region title game, and they finished 7-4. Grovetown and Lakeside also felt the hurt of Region 1 by ending up on the losing end of routes. But both programs had good seasons, including Grovetown's first ever trip to the playoffs. In 4A, Thompson put up 57 points on Americus in an easy win. The Bulldogs rushed for 569 yards, including Mike Thomas's 329 and 5 touchdowns. Burke County cruised past Northside Columbus in the opening round as well, while Cross Creek fell to Carver Columbus. In 2A, Screven, Washington, and Jefferson counties all won in the first round, while Laney fell to Vidalia and Glen Hills lost to Benedictine. In 1A, Lincoln County handled Washington Wilkes 24-3 in a rematch of the rivalry to give the Devils their second win over the Tigers this season. And also, Aquinas saw its season end with a loss to First Presbyterian.
DriveBaby.com. Click, click.
We only have a few left in Georgia for the second round, and only half are at home. Thompson will host West Hall, while Screven County will host Douglas and Washington County will host Chattooga. Burke County got the tough draw by having to face Cartersville in the second round. Cartersville is undefeated and number 1 in 4A after winning the state title last year. Jefferson County is at Hapeville. If the Warriors win and Washington County wins, they'll match up in the next round. And in 1A, Lincoln County will be on the road against McIntosh County. Now we're finally getting into the South Carolina playoffs. Similar to Georgia, we don't really have that many at home to start things off. South Aiken is the big one though. The Two Reds are having one of their best seasons ever after going 9-1 and winning region. They'll get a rare playoff home game against Blue Ridge to kick things off in 4A. North Augusta and Aiken are the other area 4A schools to make it, and both will be on the road. The Jackets are at Greer, and the Hornets are at Union County. In 3A, Strom Thurmond is on the road at Wade Hampton. It ended up being a tough region that pushed Thurmond to a road seat, and Wade Hampton will be a tough first-round test for the Rebels. In 2A, Fox Creek enters as a 2 seed and is at home against Chesney. And Barnwell is also a 2 seed and will host Garrett Academy. In 1A, McCormick, Wilson, Elko, and Blackville Hilda get first-round byes. Wagner Sally and Ridge Spring Minetta are on the road. And finally, we must mention a couple of area programs competing for state titles this week. Briarwood is competing for the GISA 2A title against Flint River this Friday in Macon. And Warlaw will play for the Skeesa 8-man title against Holly Hill. As the playoffs progress, be sure to check out chronicleprepzone.com for scores and updated schedules. Thanks for watching.